Hello, welcome back to my channel and to another reaction video. This time we're checking out another death battle. It's been a while since the last one, but yeah, this time we're checking out Kratos versus Spawn. And yeah, this is quite... Uh, this is an older death battle made before the new God of War games, so expect to see, when they're talking about Kratos, expect to see only footage of the older games.
Of all the warriors who have entered this arena, none can compete with these two titans of death. Kratos, the ghost of Sparta who single-handedly annihilated Olympus.
And Spawn, who managed to dethrone both Satan and God.
I'm Wizard and he's Boomstick, and it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Kratos is a demigod, raised among the Spartans as their greatest warrior, until one day his people were threatened to be overrun. It was then he struck a deal with Ares, the god of war. Ares would give him the strength to protect his people. In return, Kratos would serve as Ares' champion warrior.
Kratos became super powerful and really vicious, but was tricked by Ares into killing his own family. But hey, he saved some money on child support and divorce.
As the hot, white ashes of his family clung permanently to his skin,
Just like Michael Jackson.
his quest for vengeance against the gods of Olympus began.
Wow.
As a demigod, Kratos possesses incredible strength, speed, and endurance. He can survive a pummeling from a titan and best the power of Hercules.
Kratos wields the Blades of Exile, twin short swords bound to his arms by chains. The blades have a hook design which Kratos can use to cut right through his enemies or snag them and whip them around. And like most badass weapons, they can somehow
And the
set fire.
soundtrack in the old
Kratos is well
God
trained in
of War
sword
games
combat and
was
possesses what may be the most powerful sword
something
the Greek
else.
gods have to offer, the Blade of Olympus.
After Kratos killed Ares, spoiler, he was made the god of war, but Zeus tricked him into putting all of his godly powers into this sword, making him mortal once again.
And making the Blade of Olympus a deadly harbinger of death to even the toughest Olympians. His most versatile defense is his golden fleece, armor capable of blocking powerful blows and deflecting magical attacks.
But there's a whole lot more to this guy's arsenal. Like the bow of Apollo, which can shoot a rapid stream of arrows or charge up deadly fire arrows.
Then there's the claws of Hades, which mercilessly rip the souls out of their victims, though tough opponents like Kratos can resist them.
The Nemean Cestus are giant, ultra-strong gauntlets which can stun foes with brutal shockwaves.
The boots of Hermes give him superhuman speed, and when battling the infamous Icarus, he ripped those huge wings off the old fool's back and took them for his own, giving him powers of flight.
Holy crap, that's a lot of weapons. I like this guy.
Kratos is not invincible, but he is very difficult to kill.
Hell, he can't even kill himself.
In his rage, he tore apart the ranks of Mount Olympus and slaughtered every god upon and below it, except for Aphrodite.
For obvious reasons.
In doing so, he ultimately brought about the end of the world. Without the power of the gods to keep the chaos in check, the apocalypse had arrived, and its vanguard was Kratos.
I was trying to make you a great warrior. You succeeded.
Al Simmons was trained to be a deadly, stealthy soldier.
Oh yeah, the Spawn movie. I remember seeing it as a
But
kid.
when his morality got the better of him, his boss terminated his contract permanently.
That's when Simmons met Malbogia, one of the demon lords of hell, who struck a deal with him. He'd get to see his wife again if he became captain of Hell's armies. He agreed and was reborn as a Hell Spawn. But as with most demons, it tricked him, leaving Spawn with a fate worse than death. And of course, Spawn swore revenge.
Being a Hellspawn, he has superhuman strength and speed. He is nearly invulnerable and can use his own powers to heal and regenerate.
In addition, Spawn can feed or draw from the evil ores of others for the same effect. It really saves him on band-aids.
He wears a living, parasitic, symbiotic suit, named Letha of the 7th House of K.
Letha has ridiculous powers. Basically, anything she or Spawn wants to happen can happen. The suit can create and control change, claws, spikes, and morph itself into pretty much anything Spawn wants. Like a badass cape that can trap enemies and protect Spawn from all sorts of dangers.
The suit has a mind of its own and can operate while Spawn focuses on other parts of the battle. It's strong enough to easily smash
I'm
through
almost
armor
like
and fast enough to
Venom,
block
not
bullets.
gonna lie.
However, Letha feeds off necroplasm energy when using the suit's powers, a hellish matter which Spawn is entirely composed of. If Letha uses too much, Spawn will be sent back to hell. However, like Spawn, Letha can also feed off the evil and sin of others.
Spawn's also got tons of magic powers. He can teleport, transform, blow things up, turn invisible, alter matter, talk to animals, fly with his cape.
Okay,
create
much
minds,
more
and
than
open portals to
Venom
heaven
then.
and hell. Holy crap!
And he can control the elements, often using fire and water to defeat swarms of enemies. However, even with all these godlike abilities, Spawn usually resorts to his most primitive weapon. As he was trained in special forces for so long, Spawn is most comfortable using a gun. He's an expert in the use of nearly any firearm imaginable.
Only two things can break through Spawn's defenses and hurt him: necro magic and holy weapons forged in heaven. In addition, he can only die if he's beheaded.
Spawn's fought and killed all sorts of powerful enemies.
So
Assassins,
Venom,
cyborgs,
Doctor
vampires,
Strange and
ghosts,
Punisher
angels, demons,
all
other
together.
Hellspawn, rampaging
Pretty
deities,
much.
even Satan and God. Yes, that old lady is the God.
Really?
Okay.
That looks like my Nana. My demigod?
And after being granted unlimited power from the mother of all things, Spawn banished God and Satan from the earth, which he wiped clean and rebuilt in his own image. He then willingly sacrificed his own god powers and eventually returned to his Hellspawn form.
Oh, why the hell would he do that? He must have been really bored.
Knock, knock.
Alright, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, let's take a commercial break from Jack Threads. Over to you, Boomstick.
No idea who would win, but since I'm more familiar with Kratos, I might bet on him.
You're pissing me off.
Ooh.
Die.
Okay. That's it.
Oh man, here comes the rage from the God of War fanboys.
Kratos is a very difficult one to beat, but Spawn's magical prowess and near indestructible body proved too much for him.
Yeah, normally that last attack would have meant the end for his opponent, but not Spawn.
And while much of Kratos' arsenal were forged by Olympians, Olympus is composed of earthly elements, and is not another plane of existence like heaven, so it stands to reason none of the Olympian weapons could kill Spawn.
Except the Blade of Olympus, but it wasn't enough.
Plus, Spawn and his suit had plenty of evil energy to feed on during the fight, since Kratos is literally covered in his past sins.
Well, that was
Yeah.
one hell of a fight.
The winner is Spawn.
I mean, it makes sense that Spawn wins. But yeah, I'm not all that familiar with Spawn. I mean, I've seen the live action movie as a child with, I think it's Michael J. White plays Spawn there, but yeah, here we saw some clips from that movie, but also comics, and then there was some animated series. I might need to check that one out, but yeah, Spawn indeed has quite a whole lot of powers, and his feet might be bigger than Kratos's. But yeah, not gonna lie, seeing them go through Kratos from the earlier God of War games just made me really nostalgic. Those were fun games. I'm trying to remember. Did he? I mean, we don't kill Aphrodite, but she was at she was at Mount Olympus when it crumbled, so she probably died along the way. And I'm trying to remember if there were any other gods you might have spared along the way. There were plenty of Titans who you don't kill, but. But anyway, what do you guys think? Write your thoughts down below. Budget my drop a comment, like, subscribe if you want, and I will see you in another video.